as the history of the international communist movement shows, all ideological confusion and all the twists and turns within it are due to the fact that the renegades of the revolution have appeared in the upper strata. In the historical situation in which socialism had become a powerful material force, the imperialists attached greater importance to the strategy of undermining it from within and made vicious attempts to achieve the same. In accordance with the strategy employed by the imperialists, the abuses of socialism were taken to an unprecedented level, and at the same time, the criticism of socialism as being totalitarian, barracks-like, administrative, and commanding came into being. That such censure is the product of the imperialist anti-socialist strategy has been proven by the fact that all the criminal acts aimed at destroying socialism, with this as a pretext, have been committed with the full support of the imperialists under their manipulation. Today, the schemes of the renegades who vilify socialism are becoming more heinous and frantic, the aim being to justify their perfidy and check the rebirth of socialism. That they are defaming socialism by calling it totalitarian, barracks-like, administrative, and commanding, even now when socialism is disintegrated and capitalism has been revived in many countries, serves as clear proof that the renegades of socialism are indeed the stooges of imperialism. It is sophistry to call socialism totalitarian, barracks-like, administrative, and commanding. Totalitarianism has served as the political idea of the fascist dictators. Notorious Hitler in Germany and Mussolini in Italy used totalitarianism as an ideological tool to justify their fascist dictatorships. The fascist dictators stamped out even the most elementary democratic freedom and rights of the masses of the working people and enforced unprecedentedly tyrannical policies behind the misleading name of National Socialism, claiming that for the sake of the whole nation and the whole state, that no working class movement and no class struggle could be permitted. The reactionary nature of totalitarianism is that the interests of the working people are sacrificed for the sake of the rapacious interest of the reactionary ruling class, under the pretense that the individual should be subordinated to the whole. What is meant, though, by the whole in totalitarianism is not the whole of the popular masses, but the whole of a tiny handful of privileged circles such as monopoly capitalists, major landowners, reactionary bureaucrats, and warlords. Calling socialism, under which the popular masses are the masters of everything, totalitarianism is ultimately a preposterous lie, which identifies the most progressive idea that reflects the demands of the popular masses with the reactionary idea of the fascist rulers. Denouncing socialism as being barracks-like is also absurd. The social way of life is defined by the ideology and varies according to the social system. Socialism is the most progressive of ideas in that it reflects the intrinsic demands of the people, and the socialist system is the most advanced of systems under which the popular masses enjoy an independent and creative life to the full. The restraint of their independence and creativity occurs not under the socialist system itself, but under the capitalist system. Capitalist society is where the working people are the slaves of capital and cannot ensure a fruitful life, neither independent nor creative. Claiming that socialism is barracks-like is pernicious propaganda that attempts to turn black into white. Accusing socialism of being administrative and commanding is also unreasonable. In the general administrative and commanding method of management is an old method of rule that serves the demands of the privileged classes by invoking legal authority in an exploiter society. In capitalist society, where the economy is run spontaneously on the principles of the market economy, state and social administration is conducted by the administrative and commanding method, and the popular masses, which are the target of control, are duty-bound to obey the administrative orders. Contrary to this, in socialist society, the popular masses who have become the masters of state and society hold the position of masters and play the role of masters in the administration. This is fundamentally different from the bureaucratic method of management in the old society, whereby everything was imposed in accordance with administrative orders. The administrative and commanding method of management, which was manifested in socialist practice in the past, did not emanate from the essential nature of socialist society, but was a legacy of the exploiter society. The renegades of socialism directed the spearhead of their attack against the principle of democratic centralism on the pretext of opposing the administrative and commanding method. Democratic centralism is an important principle in the activities of a socialist state. In the socialist state, activities, democracy, and centralism are organically combined, and herein lies an important characteristic of the socialist state activities. Those who created a chaotic situation while emasculating centralism in the name of democracy destroyed socialism, and they are now openly moving towards a bourgeois dictatorship. This slander against socialism is absurd, but it has caused ideological confusion among the people, mainly because they are not fully equipped with the socialist idea. Of course, it was not easy to identify the reactionary nature of the slander from the outset because it was conducted craftily in the guise of socialism. But if a proper yardstick had been prepared by developing and perfecting the socialist theory, and if the popular masses had been equipped with the socialist idea, they would not have been so easily shaken by such sophistry. If the socialist cause is to be defended and completed, the socialist idea should be developed and perfected constantly, and the popular masses should be equipped with it, so that they accept socialism as their unshakable conviction. They will keep socialism in their hearts only when they are convinced of the justness of the socialist cause.